You've heard James say it a million times. Respect the Polygon. At Weather Call, we make the Polygon better. We call, text, or email you so you'll always know when you're in danger. No matter who you are, there's a Weather Call solution right for you. Check us out at weathercallservices.com.
It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Monday, the 1st of July. Summertime rolling along here. Alabama's weather featuring highs in the 90s this week. Probably not that many showers around today and tomorrow, then increasing a bit later this week. But of course, the focus will be on the tropics this morning. Needless to say, a lot to talk about. So let's dive into it. Here's the upper air look in the center of the heat ridge, a little west of Alabama. Heat ridge right on top of Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma. We have a trough coming into the northeast United States and a trough back in the northwest U.S. Radar this morning showing nothing across Alabama. Things are quiet. Temperatures are in the 70s to start the day. We're expecting highs in the 90s today. Good old summertime. There is a heat advisory for the counties in orange on that map. And understand, it's going to be hot everywhere. For example, let's say you're in Alexander City and Tallapoosa County, and you're in orange. But if you cross the line over to Coosa County, go to Rockford, they're not in orange. You won't notice any difference. Everybody's going to be hot today. Again, this is a Weather Service criteria thing. This is where the heat index could touch 105 today. But again, air temperature should be in the 90s. Around the rest of the nation, those heat advisories extend west into parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. We note some flash flood watches for parts of New Mexico and Colorado, and some heat issues out west in California. Here's a look at the severe weather outlook today. There is a risk of severe storms across the high plain states and through parts of the southeast. We notice the southeastern corner of Alabama and a level 1 out of level 5 marginal risk of severe storms. If we see storms this afternoon, that's most likely where they occur. Dothan, Geneva, Abbeville, Ozark, Eufaula, Phoenix City. And where they form, they could be fairly strong with a chance of strong gusty winds. Tomorrow, we have an enhanced risk over a small part of northern Missouri and southern Iowa. The broader risk running from near Denver to Milwaukee and Chicago. And on day 3, which is Wednesday, again, got a risk of severe storms from the Great Plains over into parts of the eastern Great Lakes. And day 4, which is Thursday, got a risk of severe storms over parts of Missouri and Kansas. This is rain for the next 7 days, and for most of Alabama, rain amounts under 1 inch. But remember, summertime storms are random and scattered, and rain distribution is not easy. Your number could vary. So let's spend some time in the tropics. We have 3 features on the board. We have Tropical Storm Chris, which is basically a junk system that's coming into Mexico this morning. Hurricane Beryl nearing the Windward Islands, and Invest 96L in the central Atlantic. And again, with 96L, there is a high chance that becomes a depression or storm over the next 7 days. It'll take a track very similar to Beryl. So in terms of Chris, this junk thing, this is the kind of system that never would have received a name years ago. It briefly became a tropical depression yesterday, was upgraded to a tropical storm early this morning, and now it's inland over Mexico. The main issue, just a lot of rain here, so we're not going to be too concerned about that. The focus, of course, is on Hurricane Beryl this morning, approaching the Windward Islands. And this thing peaked yesterday with winds of 130 miles an hour. It actually reached Category 4 status. It was going through rapid intensification, but that process has stopped. You can see the eye looks ragged, the outflow a little restricted because of some drier air. And it's a weaker system, but still a formidable system early this morning. The maximum sustained winds are 120 miles an hour. That's a Category 3. And this will be coming across the Windward Islands this morning. This is the official forecast track from the Hurricane Center. And then comes to a point just south of Jamaica Wednesday afternoon. It comes into either Belize or the Yucatan Peninsula late Thursday night, very early Friday morning, and then emerges into the Bay of Campeche, the far southwestern Gulf of Mexico, late Friday night. So looking at modeling, first off, the ATCF set, and this set has shifted southward And you've still got a couple of outliers, but again, you throw those out and you can see the consensus is clearly coming into Belize or the Yucatan, the Bay of Campeche, then right back into Mexico. It's forced westward because of a stronger ridge north of the system. The GFS ensemble, very similar. And again, you got a member that brings it up towards South Texas, but almost all of them bring this into Belize, the Yucatan, the Bay of Campeche, then back into Mexico. The European is a little weaker with a ridge, and this is the only global model that really shows this northward turn, suggesting maybe some threat to Texas. But again, even with the European, the mean of the members will bring it into Mexico. And this is the super ensemble output. This basically takes all the global models and shows it in one spot here. And again, the broad idea is the same. The Yucatan or Belize, the Bay of Campeche. And could there be a north turn? Yes, but even if that were to happen, most likely this will not affect the central Gulf Coast at all, Gulf Shores to Panama City Beach. And most likely this thing has peaked in intensity when it reached Category 4 strength yesterday. This is the wind guidance coming off the ATCF set, and you can see slow weakening with time. It will be encountering some shear across the Caribbean. And then, of course, it comes inland, which will weaken this thing to a tropical storm. And it's not going to have a lot of time, most likely, to re-intensify over the Bay of Campeche. But again, if you're headed to Gulf Shores, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Panama City, just don't be too concerned about Beryl. So the trailing system behind Beryl is Invest 96L. And this most likely will take a very similar track to Beryl. This is the output from the super ensemble here. Again, that first graphic, this is the ATCF set. Super ensemble, some of the global models don't even suggest this thing will develop, but it brings it across the Caribbean. And this is the wind guidance on 96L, and most keep this at tropical storm strength. And you got a couple of outliers to bring it up to a Category 1, but this will be encountering some dry air, some upwelling from Beryl, some cooler ocean water. And again, just something to watch for now. It's way, way out there. Remains to be seen what happens. But again, it sure looks like it'll take a track pretty similar to Beryl. So model fans, here we go, the GFS. This is the 06C run, valid today at 4 o'clock. And again, the heat ridge a little west of the state. And drier air will be dropping in from the north. The dew point slowly coming down for the northern half of the state. And if we see any storms, most likely that's going to be across the southeastern corner of Alabama today. This is the high-res HER, valid this evening at 6 o'clock, showing scattered storms from near Phoenix City down to Eufaula, Ozark, Dothan, Geneva. Otherwise, the day will be dry with highs in the 90s. This is tomorrow. Much of the state in dry air. Sunny day, low to mid-90s. Any showers confined to the extreme southern and southeastern part of the state. Pretty much the same thing on Wednesday. The better chance of any scattered showers across the southern counties of the state. And then for Thursday, the 4th of July, moisture comes back statewide. The air aloft a little colder, and we should see an increase in the number of scattered showers and storms. And understand, you're going to have these around every day in the summer, just about every day, so don't think this is going to be a rainy day. But like over the weekend, you could see a passing storm from time to time. Highs in the 90s. Friday, maybe a smidgen drier, but there'll be scattered showers and storms about. And then for the weekend, more of the same. This is Saturday and this is Sunday. Just classic summertime weather. Partly sunny, hot, humid, a passing storm in spots. The better chance during the afternoon and evening hours. Week from today, this is Monday, July the 8th, a little trough north and west of the state. And again, the same thing. Hot, humid, scattered storms. Let's go out 10 days. This is Wednesday of next week, the 10th of July. Got a big ridge in the western states and a downstream trough. And again, we'll have scattered showers and storms around. Rain for Birmingham. Off the European ensemble, the mean about 2 inches between now and the 15th of July, mid-month. We'll take that. That's not bad for this time of the year. Heat levels, hey, it's summer. You know it's going to look like this. Highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. And the latest long-range guidance, this is for July 8th through July 14th. Temperatures here a little above average. Like that shot Rainbow plus NexRad. That's what radar looks like, in case you've never seen a radar installation. That is the WSR 88D, National Weather Service NexRad radar at Mobile. Looks like that tree's kind of struggling with maybe the lack of water there. But again, that was a great shot. Rainbows around the state. That was taken up in Huntsville. Just some really beautiful rainbows after the showers yesterday. And the sunset was nice. These shots taken up at Lake Guntersville. So it's the 4th of July week, and obviously not a lot going on this week. Tomorrow going to be in Double Springs at the library for a program there. This will be tomorrow morning. That'll be a lot of fun. Wednesday, I'll be at Children's of Alabama for a program there for their patients and families. It's Weather Wednesday. And again, as we get into the 4th of July weekend, we have no book signing this Saturday. Don't forget Weather Brains this evening at 7 o'clock Central Time. That's our show for weather dweebs, geeks, nerds, dorks, and weenies. You can watch it live on the Weather Brains YouTube channel, youtube.com/weatherbrains. And of course, most people listen to that. The audio podcast comes out early tomorrow morning. And we do invite you to watch us on the TV side this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.